I wanted to listen to like Poison Clan and Two Live Crew at the time. And one time I went to reach for the tape deck to play with, to get the tape deck out, and she smacked my hand, bop! And she said, you pay for this car? I said, nah. She said, don't touch my radio then. So, by default, I started listening to Tony Robbins, and I heard this one story that he had about Colonel Sanders and Kentucky Fried Chicken, and it always stuck in my head, that it took Colonel Sanders 1,000 times to sell his recipe. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it's kind of hard to hear one no. Imagine 1,000 no's. So I always took that and motivated myself with that, and what I started to do was I started to welcome the word no. And the word no started to ignite me, inspire me, and motivate me to be able to do what we do today. So as far as 2017 is motivational speaking in the plan, it's always been in the plan. That's why if you really listen to the records, don't hear them, listen to them. We've been motivating and been showing y'all what you could do with your life when you really put yourself towards something and you focus. So with that said, thank you so much, and one time for St. Louis.
Thank you.
She's from the show me state. You show me 7, I show you 8.
All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Well, we got a special gentleman coming up to the stage right now. That's right. You might know him, Mr. 561.
Yes, sir. He out of Del Rey. I just met him.
That's that man right there. Hey, say hello.
Hi, Pitbull. This is Rex Blazer III. He has cerebral palsy. We're from Delray Beach, Florida. He's your world's biggest fan. He's in a DJ club in Florida, and we teach children how to be DJs that are differently able. So Rex is one of those DJs, and his DJ name is Mr. Worldwide. Okay.
One time for Rex.
Okay. Rex says, I'm very impressed with your work ethic, plus your ability to connect to persons of all ages, races, and colors through your music. Who or what persons have had the greatest influence on your life?
Well, for one, I want to say to Rex, okay, when anybody here is feeling down on the day, those right there are the survivors. People like Rex are the strongest ones. People like them don't let anything in life hold them back. And no matter what it may look like, he's doing what he wants to do. He's DJing. I'm going to talk to you about somebody that I know similar to Rex's story. And his name is DJ Laz, the pimp with the limp. And you see Laz when he walks, he hits you with the, he hits you with the limp, right? But it gets to the point that you don't even see him limping no more because he believes in himself that much. He was that strong. He motivated himself that much, inspired himself that much. To the point where he inspired and motivated me and gave me an opportunity to be able to break my music in Miami. Well, it's really our music, So as far as people that motivated me growing up, I was very blessed to grow up in Miami-Dade County, 305. Because it's a melting pot. So I grew up around Bahamians, Jamaicans, Haitians, Dominicans, Ricans, Colombians, Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, Mexicans, El Salvador, Panama, I mean, you name it. Yeah, como no, los cubanos, ya tú sabes. But I learned, y los gringos también, es verdad. But y'all kind of left Dade County. Y'all went up to Broward and up to West Palm. Now, but with that said, real talk is that I got a chance to be around so much music and so many different cultures that it gave me the ability, and it didn't scare me to think outside the box. So a person that I loved listening to when I was a kid was Celia Cruz, la reina. Y que paz descanse y azúcar, tú sabes. But the reason that she was so powerful to me, because no matter what Celia went through in life, and she had to lead a country, and she has such a pair of balls, to be honest with you, that she stepped up and said, "No, I'm not performing for Castro. Do what you want to do with me." And I respect that coming from her. And anytime she hit the stage, you see Celia with this big smile. And that always inspired me. On top of that, like I said, look how crazy the music I grew up around. You had Two Live Crew, you had Trick Daddy, obviously you had Pop, you had Big, you had Nas, you had Snoop. And My brother was somebody that was great at stealing cassette tapes, so he had shoeboxes full of cassettes that I could get my hands on. And I got to listen to so much different music, not only on the English side, also on the Spanish side. Salsa, merengue, bachata. Then you have freestyle music, you know, David Day, Stevie B, TKA, Lisa Lisa. And that is what inspired me to be able to make music for the world. Not just for the block, not just for the city, not just for our state, but make global music. So those are the people that inspired me. And thank you, Rex, you inspired me, papito.
All right. We're gonna get another one up here. All right, we got another one coming to the stage. Come on up. All right. How you doing? What's your name? Where you from?
Carla Putnam, Dayton, Ohio.
One time for Ohio.
OH!
I actually got a sister from Ohio. I didn't get a chance to see her till I was 10 years old, but it goes to show you what our life looked like.
You always say that you learn by mistakes. What
Yeah.
mistakes have you learned from in your career?
Man, I believe that that failure is the mother of all success. Okay, I always say there's no losing, only learning. Okay, there's no failure, only opportunities, and no problems, just solutions. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a true story. When I signed my first record deal, I signed with Uncle Luke, Luther Campbell. And at the time, everybody told me, why you doing a deal with Luke? He just an old booty shaking Miami boy. I say, because Luke is the king of Miami. If I want to be anything in Miami, I want to be something from the crib, from the bottom of Magic City, I got to deal with Luther Campbell. And Luke did things that no other rapper did. Luke did things like go to the Supreme Court and fight for the First Amendment. That's a real fight. That's a real hustle. That's somebody that understands the struggle and the sacrifice. So as I learned from Luke, he took me on my first tour, well, my first big concert, I would say. And it was in North Kakalaka in Charlotte, North Carolina. There you go, 704. And let me tell you what happened, man. It was 10 to 15,000 people that night. The rawest thing in the game at the time were the Rough Riders with DMX. So the whole concert was just full of Rough Riders, everybody on their bikes, you know. It was a tough crowd, let's just say. And you know, I'm a little Cuban boy from Miami. I had cornrows to the back. They didn't know what was going on. And Luke, before I was nervous. So Luke had some Bacardi on the table. I said, you think I can hit that? He said, Chico, knock yourself out. He had some Hennessy on the table. He said, Chico, knock yourself out. He had some Heineken on the table. He said, Chico, knock yourself out. So when I get to the concert, Luke is boosting everybody up in the crowd about me, and he says, I got this little Cuban from Miami, come on here, spit fire on anybody. He'll rap against anybody. Mind you, remember, let's go back on this story right quick. Bacardi, Henny, Heineken.
That sounds like a night on here.
So when I got on that stage, check this out. He said, hit him, Chico. So I go to hit him, and I thought in my mind I was rapping. I swear to God, I thought I was rapping. And this is what it came out. No bullshit, look it up. So Luke looks over to the side, big boy named Purple there, he says, get this motherfucker off stage. So I get off stage, I go to grab another Heineken in the cooler. When I do that, I did exactly what Luke was telling me the whole day. I knocked myself out. Boom, it was like they hit a switch on me. I fell in the cooler. So when you tell me about learning from mistakes, that could have been the end of my career. But instead, I owned it. Next day when I got back to Miami, oh boy, I was the laughingstock of the neighborhood. They said, oh, look at Chico, think he can rap. Chico think he can rap. So I had to earn that again. I had to earn that respect again. But I'll tell you one thing I've never done again. I've never gotten drunk before a show was sloppy like that. So I learned from that lesson, and look where we at now. So Ohio, be careful with the Bacardi, Heineken, and the Henny.
Good advice. Good advice on this boat. Who's next? Come on up. How you doing? What's your name? Where you from?
Hey, My name is Marianne. I'm originally from LA, but I live in Miami now. So 305. So, first of all, I want to say thank you for still being so humble and always going back to your roots. And my question is, what is the biggest, best positive change you've been able to achieve with all your success and everything?
Yeah. The most important and positive thing I've gotten a chance to be a part of is building schools in my own neighborhood. So like I said, there's a lot of teachers and principals here. Without them, there's no way that's possible. Someone very special that gave us the chance to partner up with him. His name is Fernando Solueda, and he had the vision of saying, you know, you really care about these kids at the end of the day, because I was on tour before I went on tour. I went through about 25 schools in X amount of neighborhoods growing up. And I seen how the system was built to fail you, not to help you succeed. I had more teachers telling me what I wasn't gonna do with my life instead of telling me this is what you could do with your life. But needless to say, ironically, a teacher changed my life. And her name is Hope Martinez. And I was at one of the many high schools I went to. I was at Coral Park High School. And I was freestyling in the hallway. We call it battling. And a lot of people was around us, so she thought it was a fight. So she comes and breaks everything up, and when she gets to it, she just sees us rapping. And she pulls me to the side, she goes, come here. I'm like, oh man, I'm in trouble. Because the principal, ironically, didn't like us rapping. We could have been selling dope, we could have been busting guns, we could have been robbing people. No, we were rapping, we were being creative, right? Well, she goes, does this happen every day? I said, it happens every day when I come to school. And she said, you got talent. You got talent. If you could bring people together like that, you got talent. So she gave me an invitation to a DMX video shoot, needless to say, okay? And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be on this stage right now, okay? So to be able to go back to La Pequeña Habana and build a school in it, which is called SLAM, and be able to make education cool for the kids again, where they love to go to school. You can't get them out of school. They're sick, they're coming to school. And it's not just because of what the school looks like, it's because of the people in the school that really believe in them, really want them to succeed, really care about them. And when I go to the school, you just look at them in their eyes, they don't gotta even tell me their story. I already relate. I already know what you got going on at home one way or another. I know what your parents went through to get you to this country. I understand what, you know, certain people that may be caught up in the system. So there's no judge zone when it comes to that. I'm like, I relate. And when you see them, and let me tell you, it's our third year now, 2 graduating classes. We took the kids from DNF schools all around, which was from Overtown, Little Havana, Alapata, Wynwood, Liberty City. Opelika, that's way up north though, we ain't got them yet. I lived in Opelika too. There. So, we took them from D and F schools and brought them to SLAM, and SLAM's a high B school on its way to an A right now. That to me is what this music's about. That's what this journey's about. And like when I lived in Wynwood, there was a big thing where they would just say, don't talk about it, be about it. So that's the way I look at it, by being about it, you know? And now it's 3 slams in Little Havana will be up by this year. You have 1 in Nevada already, another one going up. We're talking with Alabama, San Antonio, Broward, Tampa, West Palm, 1 went up already. So if we really want to make a difference and not get caught up with what I call politics, because that's what it looks like to me, we got to touch these kids. Teach them how to motivate themselves, inspire themselves, mold that mind so they can't get bullshitted in the world. We got to get them ready for life. Because life ain't going to do what we do at home. Ah, mira, pobrecito, coño, esto, lo otro. No, no, no. Life's going to go, oye, pa, despiértate. Pa, despiértate. And every day you got to wake up and be able to take that. So that to me is the most important thing that I've been able to be a part of, and it's priceless. And I hope that lives on in the legacy right there.
I just want to say happy birthday to my friend Patricia, who's over there.
Happy birthday, Patricia. Happy 21st birthday. Happy birthday. Dale, when I get off, I promise you I'll give you one.
bigger than that. Hey, what's your name? Where you from?
My name is Helene Fagan. I'm from Danbury, Connecticut. I'm with my family, Mark, Jennifer, and Sarah.
Okay. I didn't get where you were from. I'm sorry.
Danbury, Connecticut.
Okay, Connecticut. All right. One time, Connecticut.
Te amo.
Te amo también, amiga. I told her too when we were at the meet and greet. She says it's sexy and all too. So te amo.
I've seen you over 12, 13 times at concert, so.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Anyway, my question is, what artists would you like to collaborate with today?
I mean, there's so many amazing artists to be able to collaborate with. And I mean, one of my favorite that I grew up listening to and I admired, who's still in the game, is someone such as a Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z is not only an amazing artist, but also a great businessman, and also someone that's trying to make different changes. So to be able to record with him would definitely be an honor, a blessing, and an amazing opportunity, because that really goes to show you how music brings everybody together.
Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure, mama. Thank you. Besito. Dímelo, chica.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
Doing good. What's your name? Where you from?
Dímelo, Marco.
My name's Annette Granado, and I'm from Belmar, New Jersey. Southern New Jersey. That's 856.
That's right. 856.
Okay, and to you.
Besito.
Okay, with your grueling schedule, it would seem to me that there are not enough days, not enough weeks, and not enough years to do everything that you need to keep your fans and your family happy. What is your secret to keeping things focused?
What's my secret to keeping things focused? For one, I love what I do. Okay? I love making music. I love touching people, and that's why I took on the thing as far as being able to speak to people so that they see it's deeper than the music. Because I can break down the music for you, and you'd go, oh shit, I didn't even see that. Okay? So I'm constantly motivated when I wake up in the morning. I wake up to lawsuits. I wake up to people telling me the record ain't as good as the last one. You're done with Pit. You lost it. You know, you all right?
Fuck the haters!
Oh, you just dropped the drink. Oh, party foul. Party foul, cowboy. So what motivates me is you guys at the end of the day. To be able to travel the world and see so many different people and learn from different cultures. And when you really break it all down, as much as we think we're different, we're very alike. Very alike. And we let other people tell us and put these boundaries and these barriers and these limits amongst us as cultures. But as I travel the world, I'm telling you, a lot of us are very alike. And it starts with one thing, being humble. And anybody that's humble, I always say, if you don't know where you're from, you don't know where you're going. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that's why I respect when anybody represents where they're from. You know, I'm a 305 Dade County boy to the day I die. But anybody that represents their city and loves their city just as much as I love mine, you know, that's something that you relate to, okay? So, with that said, I say it all the time, and I don't want you to think like I sound programmed. No, instead I just really mean it, and it's the truth. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be on this stage at the end of the day, and that's why I always thank y'all for the opportunity. That's what motivates me.
All right. Watch your step. All right, we got another one. We're gonna keep it going. How are you doing today?
Oh, we got some questions today, huh? Okay.
Oh yeah, good ones. What's your name? Where you from?
My name's Felicia Ortiz, and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
And what happens on the ship stays on the ship. So
It's international water, so what happens on the ship you can definitely get away with.
I'm also a member of the State Board of Education.
Well, thank you.
So I really appreciate you bringing Slam to Las Vegas.
Oh, truly my pleasure.
And we're all happy to have you there. So my question is, if you could use your success and influence to make one major change for society, what would it be?
Well, I mean, I think we kind of touched up on that, but it's education, you know. And when you look at certain things, we were talking about something. They had me in D.C. as a keynote speaker on education and on charter schools in the United States of America. And what's funny was that somebody brought something up and they said, for each head, if I'm not mistaken, it was in New York City. Yeah, one time for the Big Apple. You know, the Big Apple and the pineapple, we relate. Y'all the home of the haze, we the land of the haze. Nah, but check this out, for real is this. Every public school student had a $30,000 mark on their head. Okay, that's basically how they break it down. But everybody in the prison system had a $130,000 mark on their head. So that just goes to show you. And I'm telling you because I lived it. I know a lot of my dogs that are riding out right now that the judge threw the book at. We'll never see them again, but they never got the chance. Nobody broke it down for them and said, hey buddy, you can do whatever you want to do with your life. Okay? So what happens is we look at it and we say, this is the only way out. This is the only thing we know. You know how many people I know that didn't learn how to do math in school, but they learned how to do math in the game? Nobody knew what an ounce or a gram or a kilo was in school, but they knew what it was in the game. They know how many O's it takes for a key. They know exactly what it weighs, wet or not. Okay, these are things that we learn. I mean, we basically become botanists and chemists all at the same time in the streets. But nobody breaks it down for us like that. So they rather that $130,000 price tag on your head than that $30,000 public school price tag on your head. Okay, and that's how they're gonna make their money. So with me, to be able to be a part of education and really these kids that need it, because 92% of the kids that we deal with are on free lunch. These are the kids that need it. This is us at the end of the day. Okay, that to me is hopefully the mark that we can really make in society. And I'm not saying we're gonna change the world. Okay, no te voy a meter esa muela tampoco. Pero coño, un poquitico. You know, poquitico. Con paciencia, vaselina, and you guys already know the rest.
Gracias, eres un orgullo.
No, thank you, mamita.
How you doing? What's your name? Where you from?
My name is Dainalise and I'm a Juanita from Hialeah.
Hialeah. Hialeah, agua, fango y factoría. Un poquito chumería y tremenda boo. Nah, I'm messing with you.
My question is, what are your personal business goals moving forward?
I'm gonna have to say, coño, no te escuché. ¿Cómo fue la cosa?
What are your personal business goals moving forward?
Oh, personal business goals. Look, music has given me the opportunity to be able to venture off into many businesses. And more than anything is just to be able to create generational wealth. And I promise you, to me, it ain't about the bread, it ain't about the money, it's about the journey. I love to run into situations that they always tell us, that ain't gonna work. You know, shoulda, woulda, coulda, can't. And one day my daughter broke something down to me and she said, Bobby, you know, in the word impossible is possible. I said, coño. At the time she was 11 years old, I said, that's not bad for an 11-year-old. So I did what I did best in life, I started remixing the words. And I said, no, espérate, it's not possible, it's I'm possible. You get me? And she taught me how to do that. So then I took other words. Don't. Break it down. What's in the word don't? Do. Coño. Won't. Won. Can't. Can. Didn't. Did. So I live for those moments. I love to sit down at tables and meetings and they look at us and you can just imagine the things I come across. I sit in meetings because our culture and our community, a lot of people want in. Okay? And then wanting in, we start meetings off where they're like, hey, so how is it that we infiltrate your culture? I said, coño. Infiltrate my culture? I didn't know I had to bring an AK-47 to this meeting. So things like that we get hit with, and you just got to take them and learn how to flip them. And me, I take every situation and I just look for the best in it. Okay? Example, look how we started this cruise the first night in. They were 4 hours late with what they had going on. I could have easily said, nah, I'm off the ship, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. No, but eso. Y'all came to have a good time, all right? But I feel we all relate to a certain extent. I can come out and say, oh, hey, I'm not gonna put on a bullshit show for you. Let them get everything straight. I promise y'all tomorrow and the next day I got y'all. You get me? But it could have easily went the other way because I've seen it happen in front of me. Okay, so those are the things that motivate me to be able to build businesses, and more than anything, it's a team. You gotta have the right partners. Because last thing you want to do is be a part of $1 billion opportunity and it becomes $1 trillion headache. You don't need that shit in your life. That's why I tell you, chapa, todo malo, chapa. Ya tú sabes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hialeah. I say about the, yeah, I say about me. I got you, man.
One of the fellas. What's your name, sir? Where you from?
My name's Ben. I'm from Maine.
Maine.
207. I'm here with my beautiful wife Jillian and my 9-year-old son Eli.
All right.
He tells his little homies in school, if you ain't Pitt, you ain't shit.
I like Levi.
All right, my question is, what is the biggest obstacle you face while trying to make it through the music industry?
The biggest obstacle that we faced in the music industry, for one, nobody believed in us, so we started on the right track. Then what they constantly try to do is categorize you, okay? You start off, they say, oh, he's a Miami boy, just Miami rap. Then it became, I got a chance to, someone that has been instrumental in my career, his name is Lil Jon, so anybody from the ATL, sorry. What they do, so then I became a crunk artist. Then reggaeton hit really hard in 2005. Then I'm a reggaeton artist. And then it became, I'm a Latin artist. So I just said, I always told him, I said, look, I'm not a Latin artist, I'm just an artist that happens to be Latin. That's it. Just because Denzel Washington's one of the best actors in the world doesn't mean he's just a black actor. No, he's one of the best actors, no matter what color or however you want to categorize the man. So we had to fight for that in the game. And for me, what it did was, like I said, it motivated me, inspired me. That's right. And thank you, Mama. And it came about because when we started going through all these categories, now it's a pop artist. Okay, they don't know what to call themselves at the end. They don't know what to do with themselves. But I'll tell you one thing, they call it the music business, and the last thing that the music business knows about is music or business. Okay? Because you're going to sit up there with somebody that looks at you and says, I don't think that's a hit there, Pitt. I'm like, buddy, when's the last time you've been in the club? When's the last time you've been to a festival? When's the last time you've been in the streets? When's the last time you've been around the world? But yet these are the people that, believe it or not, can either make you or break you.
Crazy.
So what did we do? We built our own infrastructure. We created a one-stop shop. So when they tell me things like that, I say, look, dog, it's real simple. Act like a hot dog and play catch-up, partner, because you're going to watch me do this regardless. And the most important part I go back to, team and partnership. There's no way I do this by myself. You got to have people that believe in you, believe in the vision, and that are very proud to be a part of it. So with that said, I'm just hoping for them to come and say, Pitt, I don't think this album's going to really sell much. Pitt, I don't really think this record's going to do much. I'm going to say, all right, don't worry about it. I'm going to tell you how Trick Daddy said, oh, you go learn, and I got your teacher.
Thank you so much.
Hey, one time for Levi, for real. I'm going to use that from now on.
How you doing? What's your name? Where you from?
How you doing? My name is Dr. Harvey Castro from Dallas, Texas. Hey, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I have to shout out to my girlfriend Stephanie right here, #1 fan.
One time for Stephanie, I appreciate it.
My question to you is, I'm really inspired. Every time I see you rapping with different artists, and yet you're killing it day in and day out. What keeps motivating you day in and day out? And then the second question, can I be your ER physician?
Well, look. Look, thank God that a lot of Voli vodka, lime, water, and vitamins keep me healthy, and I don't like being in the ER. But I appreciate it. I'm a doctor too. More like a gynecologist. Nah, this messing with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's So if anybody looking for un papá Nicolás, tú sabes. Look, bottom line as far as the motivating, what I tell you, man, just people just telling you no all the time. And I say, no is yes, and less is more. And I feel like we're in a society now that everybody got to see what everybody's doing. Everybody got to show what they're doing. And what I would love is that if everybody in social media really showed what the fuck their life looked like for real. And not the great restaurant that they're at or the great plate that they're eating. Like, put your mortgage bill up, you know what I'm saying? Put your bank statement up. Put the fact that one of your dogs, you know, is gonna ride out for 10 years up and no one's got his bail money and no one got money for an attorney. Like, things like real things. So, you're welcome, Mama. With that said, the whole point of having this conversation is to let y'all know I go through the same shit that you guys do, man, on a daily basis. Only thing is I welcome it. I like to get knocked on my ass. I like to pop back up, you know, I like that. And if there's one thing I know how to take, it's a good ass whooping. I'll tell you that one. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate
Thank you.
Come on now. How you doing today?
Hi.
What's your name? Where you from?
Armando Perez.
She's straight from Australia. She came 22 hours to be out here. Out of Melbourne.
Don't ever change. Follow the dream.
Thank you.
Looking back at your career, would there be anything that you would change? And what would you say is the most pinnacle moment of your career?
The most beautiful moment of my career, you say?
Pinnacle.
Oh, pinnacle moment. All right. I'm gonna set this story up for y'all. I'm on my way to Brazil, Sao Paulo to do the World Cup. I'm in the car. I get a call from Jennifer Lopez. And Jennifer said, hey, do you really think I should go to this World Cup? I said, it's only gonna be 4 billion people watching us. She goes, I'm on the next flight. No bullshit, true story, ask Jennifer. Jennifer gets down there the day after us. I had one day before her to do rehearsals. There was nothing ready in Brazil, folks. They have a very interesting infrastructure when it was World Cup time. So I'm at the stadium in Sao Paulo. There's no parking lot. Okay, I'm like, okay, well, I wonder where everybody's gonna park at. This is gonna be interesting. I'm in the building, there's no 7th or 8th floor. Every time the elevator opens, it's just nothing. I said, wow. You know, but I'm running around Brazil just, obrigado, 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 tudo bem, tudo bem. And when I go to do rehearsals, the Brazilian guy goes to me, hey, goes, see this plywood? Plywood? I need you to picture that as your stage. I said, all right, no problem. And then there's gonna be a lift. Lift come up, tudo bem. All right, no problem. Well, Jennifer gets to the next day that we have to perform. So we hadn't done the lift, we hadn't even been on the stage, and we got the opportunity to perform also with Claudia Leite, which she's one of the biggest in Brazil and an amazing person. You know, ya te lo voy a dar ahora mismo, no te preocupes. Voy para allá, pero si no se me quema el coco. Sabes que los blanquitos tienen que tener cuidado con el sol. So Jennifer says, look, this is what we're gonna do, Chico. Claudia, I'll go first, the lift will come down, you go second, lift will come down, and then I'll go third. I go, Jennifer, there's no lift at this point. We don't even know if it's gonna go up or down. I say, Claudia's got it, no, I'm straight, but that up though. I said, Claudia's gotta go first because it's her country, it's her moment, you know, and she's gotta represent for all the Brazilians around the world. And sure enough, she goes up first. Me and Jennifer are under the flag on the way to the stage, right? Jennifer turns to me and says, not bad for 2 poor kids from the United States of America, huh? That was a pinnacle moment for me. And if y'all watch the show again, good thing Jennifer didn't come on the 3rd time. It went Claudia, it went me, and when Jennifer went to go get up on the lift, I don't know if y'all remember, but I'm doing like this to Jennifer. Getting her on stage. But like I said, no problems, just solutions. We had an amazing time. It was great, and we got a chance to make history.
Yes. Armando, if you ever come to Australia,
I love Australia.
George will sponsor you.
Okay. It's in Melbourne, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. In Australia, they say, when they drink it, they say, cheers, big ears. Same goes, big nose.
Thank you.
You're welcome, mommy. Yeah.
And what is your name? I guess everybody knows you already. What's your name? Where you from?
Laura Sorensen from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada! But I'm representing 50% Mexico is my mom, 50% Denmark. So, question. It seems you're taking Austin Mahone under your wing. He's signed to 305. You have him on a couple of songs. He's been on your New Year's Eve show, and he's on the cruise. Is this a new direction in artist development?
You know what I love about your voice? I know you had a good time while you out here.
Sexy time.
That's a lot of screaming and great long nights. I'm talking about, yes, sir. As far as Austin Mahone and what we got going on with him right now, by the way, I always mess with him about his last name because it's interesting. So we made a joke about it because Hasta Mahone means that Hasta Mahone is like, we're going with everything we got, you know? And the thing about Austin is he's been in the game, he's seasoned, and he's somebody that I think understands, has vision, more than anything, very talented, but the most important part, humble. And I've gotten a chance to work with so many different artists and also a lot of artists that we've had a chance to break in their careers. But like I told you before, I don't want to be involved with $1 billion opportunity. That's $1 trillion headache. And a lot of people, as soon as they get that first hit, boom, they lost. And the minute in this game or anything in life, the minute you think you are who you think you are, you're fucked. That's it. The minute I walk somewhere, I say, well, you ain't let me in, I'm Pitbull. Te jodió la bicicleta. It's when you can walk in, they go, nah, you know, it's 45-minute wait. One of effect, I appreciate it, thank you. And that wait, it is what it is. Not a lot of people have that. So for everybody here, in order to do that, you gotta be secure about yourself. You gotta worry about what other people think about or what they talk about. And Austin, I think, is somebody that's lined up, been in the game already, felt success, understands when people were there and when they're not there. And that motivates people to take it to another level, but also create that team, that partnership of people that understand the vision. Because everybody's gonna be there when you're hot. Everybody's gonna be there when you're hot. And we have a saying in Spanish that dice, dime con quién tú andas y te digo quién tú eres. Which in English, they have another one that says, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And I think now he's aligning himself with the right people. So I'm proud of him and I look forward to his future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we got a few more coming up. Oh, hello. What's your name? Where are you from?
Me llamo Lisa Cawet. Soy de Edmonton, Alberta, Canadá.
Canadá, ok.
Voy a hacer mi pregunta en español.
Perfecto.
Y después en inglés.
Coño.
¿De dónde viene la inspiración para su música? So where do you get your inspiration for your music?
¿De dónde viene la inspiración para mi música? ¿Quieres la respuesta en español también? ¿De dónde viene la inspiración para mi música? Es bien fácil, es el mundo entero. Yo he tenido la bendición de poder ir de gira por todo el mundo y ver diferentes culturas y como la música inspira a todo el mundo. De como estábamos hablando hoy, que es el idioma universal, vamos a decir. So, translation and in subtitles is I get the inspiration, like I said before. I get a chance, I've been very blessed to be able to travel the whole world, see so many different cultures and be around so many different people. That constantly inspires me and keeps us, the team, creative on new sounds, new things. Because music never stops. It's constantly evolving. Well, anything in life never stops at the end of the day. But music is moving fast right now due to technology. So you got to keep up with it. So the world really helps us out. Because a big record, let's just say Australia was just here from Melbourne. There may be a big record in Australia right now. And it'll take 8 months to get over to the United States of America. But that gets us the jump. That gets us ahead of the game to be able to see that record, maybe remake it, remix it, and then get it to the States. And vice versa. There's records that are big in the States that may take 8 months, a year to get to other parts of the world. So it constantly keeps us on our toes and more than anything, creative. So the inspiration, the world.
And I want to say, being an educator, bravo for you and your schools.
Thank you.
All right, and we have one last question for you.
All right.
What's your name? Where you from?
I'm Jennifer from Buffalo, New York. All right, so what is, if you could just think of one thing that you want to be most remembered for, what's the one thing?
Look,
They tell me to get down.
the one thing, well, thank you. The one thing I want to be remembered for is just being an underdog and a fighter.
I know.
Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because being a Miami boy, we always get counted out. Always get counted out. Whether it was in music, whether it was in sports, whether it was in the dope game, I mean, you name it, we always got counted out. And what I mean by, if y'all look at UM and the dynasty they built, they would go undefeated sometimes. They were tearing it up. AP Poll come out, number 2. Oh, number 2? But are these guys watching the same team I'm watching? You get me? One time for everybody representing the Canes. If you look at the Florida Marlins when they came out, they were one of the quickest teams in the history of baseball, Major League Baseball, to win a World Series with underdogs. Okay? Miami Heat, look what they've done. Okay? When it comes to music, Two Live Crew, they wasn't looking at him. Trick, they wasn't looking at him. Trina wasn't looking at him. Flow Rider, now he's all around the world. They weren't looking at him. Rick Ross, they weren't looking at him. DJ Khaled, they weren't looking at him. DJ Lash, they weren't looking at him. Pitbull, they weren't looking at him. So it gave us that niche. It gave us that chip in our shoulder. It gave us that, that's right, we are underdogs. We might be smaller, we might be a little lighter, but we got good hands on us. And we know how to take a hit. And we don't got glass jaws either. So the legacy as an underdog that love to fight. There it is.
Thank you.
No, my pleasure. So, is that the last question there?
That was it, man.
Okay. So with that said, you want to So look, one more, dale, mama.
Oh, Scotland just infiltrated the ropes here.
Yeah.
We are from Scotland.
Scotland, all right.
6 girls, when are you coming to the UK and perform in Scotland? You're Mr. Worldwide International DJ. Thanks for giving us this marvelous experience.
No, my pleasure. We've actually been to the UK numerous times. And Scotland, we still got to make our way to. UK, we were very, very blessed to perform in London in front of 80,000 people at the Wembley Stadium. But look, before I leave, I want to tell you guys this, right? I want to make sense of this real quick.